definitely doing the back first.
We just got to the cabin for Justin's birthday. This is the main bedroom. The view. Now after a winter break, and our first assignment was a site visit to create a site analysis. This will be my last semester at the school I'm at before transferring to the University of Utah, which I just got my acceptance letter.
Field service tech job. I was like, yeah.
Good morning, guys. I just got back from the gym. 5:30 class, first one of the year with Karen. And I'm gonna take a shower. It's Silas's birthday, so we're gonna do a little breakfast date, me and him. And then I'm gonna go to work. Justin's gonna come home. They're gonna do a little date, and then we're gonna all go to dinner tonight. this video by talking about my goals for this year. So let's see, I made a list this time. Personal goals, home project list / SketchUp renderings. I created a schedule for myself and broke down my home projects into different categories like room makeover, kitchen makeover. Even if I'm not making over the entire room, I just want to have a specific period of time where I'm only focusing on that and not hopping back and forth from room to room, because I tend to start a room and then I never finish it. And so I think with a schedule, okay, this is the area of the house we're working on. We're not working on anything else. And then the SketchUp renderings, Justin got me SketchUp for my birthday last year and I have yet to use it. And I just put it on my laptop. I said I would use it, like it'd be easier for me to use on my laptop. So Justin did that last week. So basically for every project that I'm doing, if it's something that's not decor related, I want to have a rendering to add to my own portfolio, but also just for Justin to have like a visual of what is in my head. So that way we're both on the same page. I'm getting practice in doing renderings, and yeah, I think that would work great. I want to visit more structures in Salt Lake City or in Utah that are architecturally or interior design or design inspiring. Like this morning, Silas and I went and toured the Capitol, which I've gone there before, but it's just so amazing to walk through no matter how many times you go. And I just want to, I want to do more of that. So that's on my list. The next one is waste less food and cook more at home. I get it in my head, I want to make this recipe. I go get all of the ingredients and then I end up not making the recipe and the food goes to waste. Or I make too much of something and we don't eat the leftovers until they're gone. Like we'll eat them the next day, but we won't eat them after that, and it's still good. So I want to work on that. And also cooking more at home. That ties into some of the financial goals we have for this year. But so far this month we have not, let's see, have we eaten out? We have not eaten out this month. We've cooked home meals every single night. We are going out to dinner tonight, but that's because it's Silas's birthday and he's been begging to go to a restaurant. So we let him pick which one, and I'm actually excited to go. It's Italian. But yes, waste less food, cook more at home. Okay, the next one is probably something that I struggled with the most. I want to start doing intentional thrifting, and what I mean by that is not picking up so much of the random little knickknacks, because honestly I just don't need it. Lately I've been trying to declutter the house, so it's going right back, so like I don't need all of these little knickknacks. If it's on my list of I'm looking for something specific for a project, I will get it. Or if it's something that's like, okay, you have to have this kind of thing, like a vintage piece of furniture or something that I'm not gonna find again, stuff like that I will get. But if it's just like, a coaster or another type of coaster, like I don't need 200 coasters in my house. So intentional thrifting, that's what we're gonna keep working on this year. And it also ties into some of my financial goals that I'll talk about in a little bit. The next one I always have on my goals, and it's volunteer once a quarter. So I think last year I had volunteer once a month, and I think I volunteered twice in the whole year. So I want to give back some of my time to help other people in whatever way. So this year I have signed up to work for a farm. It's like a physical therapy farm. I want to make it fun for myself too. I want to maybe try out something new that I haven't done before. I had to apply to volunteer here, so I'm waiting to hear if I get approved or not. So, but that one's on my list. I typically volunteer with Wasatch Community Gardens, so I want to continue volunteering for them, and we'll see where else I volunteer this year. But yes, volunteer once a quarter is the goal. Okay, the next one is actually start knitting. Why do I have all this yarn, all of the knitting equipment? I even started knitting in 2021, and that like thread or whatever it's called has not left the needle. So start knitting. It's a goal. I want to make knitted clothes for myself, for Silas, for Justin, for like Christmas presents even. 2 of my best friends are having babies this year. I would love to knit them something. So yes, I want to use up the hobbies that I have within the house, like the crafts, before getting into anything else. The next one is part of that, like using up what I have in the house, and it's start journaling again. I used to be a huge journaler. Like before being with Justin, even since I was little, I'm an introvert. I spend most of my time alone. Well, I used to. And so journaling was like my way to get everything out. And I kind of lost the journaling when I had Silas. I've tried to keep up with it here and there, but I'm not really focused in on it. So I want to start journaling. I would love to bullet journal again, but I don't know if bullet journaling will happen. If that doesn't happen, any type of journaling. I have so many journals in the house, and I want to use those up. The next one is read more. I also have so many books in the house. I used to be a big reader pre-baby, and I kind of fell off that horse as well. I'm hoping to finish at least one book every 2 months. I know that sounds like, yeah, you could do that, but it is something that I have to intentionally set out to do. So I have my book everywhere I go, so if I have a free moment, I can read. And then the last one on my personal goals list, I want to start doing like girls' nights with some of my girlfriends, but I wanted to make it to where like we dress up fancy and go watch ballet, go watch the opera, go watch like a piano show, a string quartet, like things like that. And so far that one's going pretty well. We have narrowed it down to 2 options for next month. One is the Swan Lake Ballet, and then the other one is a candlelight string quartet concert. Okay, this is a big one, financial goals. Last year I got let go from my job as a drafter at a civil engineering firm, and it was mostly because the company, it was a small company, they weren't getting any new projects, there was literally nothing like to do for weeks. And the way it worked at that company is if you were charging your hours to a project, so if there were no projects, there was nowhere to charge your hours to, so that you were just not getting paid basically. So there were some weeks where I got paid for like 5 hours worth of work. I think that was April. Yes, so from April to July, and I didn't get a severance. Like that was great. So that really messed us up for a little bit. Obviously we were fine. I got unemployment, and then in July I started doing contract work for other engineering firms. So it was okay, but it kind of made me think like, okay, now we are definitely making enough money to where we should not be on the struggle bus, and we are. So I went through our finances. I literally went through each charge, made a whole Excel spreadsheet, and broke it down and saw how much we were spending on things. And let me tell you, it is very eye-opening to do that. We are just spending too much on things that we don't really need to spend on. So I've made a budget for us. At the start of the year, we started on our budget, and it's been going well so far. Like a little bit of, glitches here and there, but so far so good. But as part of that whole finance journey, I'm trying to pay off a lot of debt this year. And that's going to start with our credit cards because they have the highest interest rate, also the lowest balance. So we are technically doing the snowball method, but also the avalanche method because it is the highest interest rate. But we don't have a lot of credit card debt, luckily. So February and March are our credit card payoff months. So within those 2 months, we should be able to pay off completely our credit card debt. I've made a whole schedule for the entire year. So we're gonna go on to the next thing, which I think is gonna be paying off my car. Basically within this year, we should be able to pay off a huge chunk of that debt. My goal is to graduate without any student loans, and that's in 3 more years because I'm going for my master's. And so I think that's going to be doable for us. The next thing I'm doing is I want to do a low spend once a quarter. And so for this year, that was January, although it's kind of hard because Justin's birthday and Silas's birthday are both in January, but it was a low spend month. I haven't been to the thrift store. In order to pay off all these things and kind of meet our goals, I'm trying to use the side money to pay off stuff. So I thought I would share some of the side jobs I did in 2024. Granted, I really didn't use much of this side money to pay off any debt, but last year, and I didn't make a lot of side money either, but last year I made a total of $5,435. I went through and I broke it down into what I did. I feel like these are good for if you're an introvert, you don't want to go out and do Lyft or Uber or some type of service. You don't want to get an actual part-time side job. Your schedule is already pretty full as is. I work 40 hours. I'm taking 2 classes right now. My schedule is completely full, which is why I do these things. So the first one you guys probably have heard of, but donating plasma. I've been doing that for 10 years and I feel like I am doing something good, but I'm also getting paid for it, so it's a win-win here. Last year in plasma donations, so I donated from January to August. After that I took a break and I just went back this week. But last year, 2024, I made $2,892 from plasma donations. The next thing on my list, selling your clothes. I go to Uptown Cheapskate, but there's also Plato's Closet. I only made about $50 from that last year because I didn't really go often. I think I went twice. The next thing was selling on Facebook Marketplace. I made $1,165 from that, and that's mostly because I thrift a lot and things are coming in and out of my house since I redesign spaces pretty frequently. So I end up just posting on Facebook Marketplace whatever I don't keep. The next one was I was a mock juror for this company called American Jury Research, and I made $500 off of that. That was just one full day, so I was on from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with an hour break.
I want to clean. I'm gonna think about when I'm gonna build in Minecraft, have an idea, and when Daddy gets home, I'm gonna go build it.
So yeah, the American Research, it's not just that company. There's a ton of companies looking for mock jurors, and they'll pay you. The next thing I did last year were clinical trials. I went and had my blood drawn to see if I'd qualify for a future study. They paid me $50 for that. So I did that last year. And then I did this app called Fetch. It's basically just where you scan in your receipts and you get points from that, and then you can cash in on your points. I did that last year. I made about $100 from that. Last way I made money last year is by using the Unclaimed Funds website. So you just go on there and put in your information, and it basically looks for any money that you might have been owed but somehow it didn't get to you. And from that I made $678.43. And so they just sent me a check. This year, so far what I've done is I've gone on to the University of Utah. They have like a bunch of studies, and I signed up for a bunch of studies. So those are my financial goals. I think that they are all doable. And so far we are on track, even though it is just January. Fitness goals. So fitness goals, I'm a big walker, hiker, so I'm trying to hit 800 miles this year. I really want to do the PCT when I graduate, and so I want to start increasing my mileage. And I'm almost there. I think I hit like 730 this year, or 2024. So I think I could hit 800. 200 miles cycled. I would love if it's more. Last year I didn't really go on a lot of rides. This year I do want to make it a priority once the weather is a little nicer. 50 hours of strength training. I think I had like 3 hours, a pitiful 3 hours. I don't think that was right though, because I do a weight training class once a week that's an hour long, and I had done that since August. So I don't know how that got miscalculated, but I have my relationship goals. Basically, I just want to go on dates more. I want to do dates with Justin, dates with Silas. YouTube goals. I want to get to 100 subscribers. So if you are here, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. I would love to have you here with us. And then I want to be a little bit more, well, I think I've been pretty consistent. This year has been a little bit of a rocky start to get going, trying to get used to my new school schedule. But I want to upload 2 to 4 times a month. And then I want to sit down and make like a calendar with all of the ideas. And I think having my project schedule will help with that, because I already have that all written. And so then I can just look at that and see, okay, this is what I want to do. Those are the goals for this year. Ways I am trying to keep up with them is, actually, let me go get it. So one way that I'm gonna try and keep myself accountable is I made this little bingo card, and I'm gonna keep this at work, because honestly at my work desk, that's where I kind of do everything. If it's at my desk, and it's a reminder for 8 hours out of the day. At the end of the month, I'll look at it and I'll play the bingo and see. I don't have to mark all of them, I just have to get bingo. But ideally they would all be marked, but we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you guys are planning for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment, say hello, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.